He's heating up.
So this is what a 3% chance looks like. A 123-116 victory for the Miami Heat in game 1. I mess with it. I'm not mad at you. All right. I just want to know how you got to that number, what that number looks like right now, because from what it looks like, no, it's not going to be a short series. I'm not stupid enough to say a sweep, but it's certainly not going to be over in 5 games, Paul Pierce. 123-116. The first half, it went to Boston, okay? Boston clearly dominated the paint. All right, we'll get to that in a second. Jimmy Butler comes in, 35 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds, 6 steals. 6 steals. 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists from Bam Adebayo. You get 15 apiece from Vincent and Strus. You get 15 from Caleb Martin off the bench. You get 15 from Kyle Lowry. You get 8 points and 6 rebounds from Kevin Love. Everybody came in and did their job. Did exactly what they were supposed to do. Heck, even Cody Zeller came in for 9 minutes. Literally, that's what his role was. Come in for 9 minutes and give Bam a breather. Did his job. Boston side, 30 points from Tatum, 7 rebounds, 4 turnovers, though. We'll get to that in a minute. You get 7 points and 6 rebounds from Horford, 14 and 7 from Williams. Didn't miss a shot, 6 for 6, 13 points from Smart, 11 assists from him, dominated in the first half. Now, look, the conversation was, can Smart be a full-time point guard for the Celtics when, the Kyrie experiment didn't work, when Kemba Walker didn't work out? He's answered those questions 2 years in a row now. 11 assists, big-time performance from him. You get 22 points, 5 assists, 9 rebounds, and 6 turnovers from Brown. Brogdon came in, 19 points. I told y'all at the start of the season, at the beginning of the season, go back and look. I said Brogdon, getting him was going to be a problem for Miami because of how well he plays against them. Came in and proved it. 19 points. You get 11 from Derek White. But here's what the problem is, okay? When you get away from doing the things that you do well, that's how you allow teams back into the game, okay? Same thing with Denver and LA. When Denver slowed the game down, Lakers got back into the game. Same thing tonight. First half, okay? Points in the paint, 40-16. In favor of Boston. Miami is top 5 in opponent points in the paint. That is their strength, okay? When they changed the strategy going into the second half of how they were going to play the game, that allowed Miami to get back into it, get back to their identity, getting the ball off the glass, pushing it a little bit. That's how Bam kept the pressure on the Celtics the entire game. He got it. He was aggressive. He didn't hesitate. Didn't think twice. Got the ball, put his head down, and tacked the rim. Now, third quarter, all right? Max Strus really got it going. Now, I mentioned, Miami protecting the paint. That was one key in them getting back to the game. 46-25 in favor of Miami, a franchise playoff record. Max Strus gets going, 13 points. Bam stays aggressive. And Jimmy continues the same great play throughout the entire game. When the other guys started really getting locked in, really get going, I mean, Kyle Lowry, he had a great first half. He had 3 straight threes at one point. Caleb Martin played very well, but he started locking a little bit better defensively in the second half. Strus started to knock down his shots. Jimmy and Bam kept doing what they were doing. Kyle Lowry came in with the second unit, did his job. Kevin Love, he was in there to make sure Bam didn't have to get all the rebounds by himself, and to combat the Robert Williams and the Al Horford front line. He did his job, helped Bam out. You see a couple times he got off the glass and threw right up the court. That's what he does best. Shout out to Wes Unseld, making that full court pass right at the rim on the money. When the Miami Heat get into the zone of locking in on defense and taking good, high-quality shots and playing through Jimmy Butler, they're a dangerous team for anybody to face. Boston knows they're not going to be in for a cakewalk. This is a dogfight, and the biggest dog on the court is Jimmy Butler. And the fact that late in the game, Miami is playing through their superstar. Boston chose to go away from him from whatever reason, and then he ended up getting, cooled off a little bit. He wasn't in a rhythm, and they kept going to him in situations where it was below 8 seconds on the clock. He had to force up a bad shot or make a bad play. That's how you get that turnovers numbers, 3 of which came in the fourth quarter, because guess what the scouting report is? In isolation situations, you do not simply just jump up in the air straight up to contest the Jason Tatum shot. He's 6'9", 6'10". He can shoot over you. You're not even going to bother his vision. What you need to do is you contest and close out to his left hand. Why? Same thing with Luka Doncic. Rock you to sleep, side step. The step is so wide and so long, you're not going to be able to contest his shot and bother him. So you need to close out to his left hand, and he's really not in a position to do anything with it. That happened 3 straight times on 3 straight possessions, and they got turnovers out of it. 2 of which I believe was Jimmy Butler steals. Now, it's not going to work every game, but it worked tonight because, like I said, they stopped playing through Tatum. They stopped going through him. They stopped making him the focus on the offensive end. So he was really out there just, okay, 8 seconds, 7, 6, I got to put up something crazy. He got a couple fouls out of it, got to the line. He knocked down some of his free throws, but that's not going to be a key to success for Boston if he's not involved in the offense late in game situations. Now, everything went through Jimmy. Everything. Jimmy was going to attack the paint. He'd find Bam. He'd find Caleb Martin. He'd find Strus. He'd find Vincent. Anytime the ball did not go through Jimmy's hands on the offensive side of the ball, it was a surprise to everybody inside that arena and everybody watching at home. Every single possession, he made sure they got great looks at the basket, make or miss, great looks at the basket, and then they attacked the offensive glass. Jimmy and Bam, they were on the offensive glass the entire second half from what I've seen. It's going to be a good key to success simply for the fact that Boston isn't really outside of Marcus Smart tonight, all right? They're not really sharing the ball all that well, okay? So if somebody gets it off the glass, they're just going to take it themselves. Granted, Jaylen Brown had 5 assists, Tatum had 1, but it wasn't like they were looking to move the ball. They were looking to score at every opportunity they had. So as long as the Boston Celtics aren't sharing the ball, aren't getting the ball up the court, they take it off the glass and going themselves, Miami has a chance to stick around in this series because, again, they're not afraid to play bully ball. They're not afraid of physicality. Jimmy and Bam, they love that style of play. Bringing in Kevin Love, one of the great rebounders of the last 10 to 15 years. I mean, I don't even remember how long he's been in the league. I think he got in the league in 2009 or 10, somewhere around there. Same year as Stephen Curry. But Kevin Love is a phenomenal rebounder. Anytime you put him on the court next to Bam Adebayo, everybody's going to have a chance to attack the glass and even out the rebound. If I'm not mistaken, it was 35-34 in favor of Miami. Not the expectation that everybody had coming into the series, considering how tall the lineup was for the Boston Celtics, especially their starting 5. So, look, 3% chance, I'll take that. It's better than 0. First of all, we don't even really care about that number because we're going to do what we're going to do best. Punch them in the mouth. Game 1 goes to Miami. Give this video a like, subscribe to the channel. That's one more for the good guys. Heat Nation, we up 1-0.
He's heating up.